It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking Big Ten football. Ohio State at Maryland. It's Masters Week, which means we have a nice little promo for you guys. Use the code MASTERS for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. Big number to lay here, 25.5-point spread for Ohio State to cover as the favorites. The total is 72.5, which is a large total, but Ohio State has been known to score some points, and Maryland is actually 2-1 against the spread. They've put up some points on their opponents, surprising a lot of people against some good teams like Penn State, and I guess you would call Nebraska a good team. I don't know about that, but we've got Nick from the Insider's Room to talk about this one. Nick, Ohio State, obviously one of the better teams in the land. They've got Justin Fields in that dynamic offense, but this is a lot of points to lay. Where are you leaning when it comes to this side or this total?
It is, and I mean, Fields is great, but Ohio State, it did take the foot off the gas there last week, and I'm sort of expecting that again here. I'm not calling for an outright upset or anything, but I do think that Maryland, it's improved. Obviously, it can build on its recent success. I do think that Ohio State, as I just said, it's going to take the foot off the gas in the second half, and especially with surprising Indiana at home next week. It has the Hoosiers at home next week. But as you mentioned, Fields and this Ohio State offense, I mean, who can slow these guys down? They're averaging 46 points per game, 500 yards per game. Fields already has 908 yards passing and 11 touchdowns. But yeah, as I mentioned, Maryland, it's been better than advertised this season. With Tua's brother under center. What a great weekend for those two. I mean, the Dolphins winning outright in Arizona, and then the Terps and Talia, sorry, I'm going to butcher his name. I have such a difficult time pronouncing everyone's names, but beating Penn State there 34-19. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better thing with that family. But yeah, I mean, obviously the Terrapins defense, that's a concern, especially playing the Buckeyes red hot offense. But the Terps, they're still 8-4 against the spread in their last 12 at home. And yeah, again, I bring this up a lot. When I look at a spread this large and you're playing and you're going to grab the points, a big thing you have to take into account, and what I always tell bettors who are looking at games like that, where you're seeing such a large spread, is just if the favorite really will run up the score. Does it have incentive to run up the score? Will it run up the score? And I just don't think that whole Ohio State will run up the score here. Maryland isn't going to pull off another upset here or anything, but I do think it's going to cover comfortably with the large spread.
And I did misspeak earlier. It's Penn State and Minnesota that Maryland put up points against. It was not Nebraska. I was looking at Ohio State's schedule. So forgive me on that one.
No worries. Yeah, that was an upset there in that week one. Minnesota, of course, struggled to that 0-2 start, but did get back on track there this last week. But yeah, no, Maryland has obviously looked better than advertised, and I think that's going to carry over here this weekend, Chelsa.
Right. The Big Ten has been a bit of an anomaly for some people because there's been some teams that have been supposed to be good and they have not been. So the Big Ten in general has been really intriguing to me. But that's going to do it for our Big Ten talk here on Picks and Parlays. As always, great stuff from Nick from the Insider's Room. Nick, thanks for joining us.